Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome back to Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, where we, along with the aid of Miss Chiaki Nanami here, are attempting to unravel this intriguing case. The case of who baseball batted Mahiru in the head. We have a couple of suspects. Fuyuhiko and Hyoko are looking suspicious, as is possibly Nagito, but I'm not sure about that. But at the moment, we are going to check out Mahiru's cabin. But first, let's see if Chiaki has anything new to say here.
See?
Mahiru's cottage. It should be on this side in the very back. Alright, thank you. See, Ibuki? Oh, there you are, Mahiru. This door looks unlocked. Well, we don't have to call for Monokuma this time then, do we?
Phew.
But he shows up anyway, as is his wont.
Moving after you're told would be too third-rate, so I made sure to be one step ahead.
Well, thank you. Looks like we're getting you trained very well, Monokuma.
However, removing what's inside is a huge no-no. There are others who want to investigate too.
Alright, so there is evidence in here, but we're not to remove it? I guess I should go inside. I see Monokuma, and unless I have miscounted, that is the last one we need for this chapter. Compared to my room, the cottage had a somewhat pleasant smell wafting throughout the room. She's also got pieces of furniture that you don't have, Hajime. She has sort of like a divan or a window seat over there, and then she's got a desk. But anyway, that proves Mahiru was here. But she's not coming back. Oh. The folder is on her bed. She's not supposed to have that folder. We saw Fuyuhiko with it. So there's two possibilities. Either Fuyuhiko killed her and took it, so she would have already been dead when we saw Fuyuhiko with the folder, or she stole it from Fuyuhiko and was killed afterwards. Then I should...
See?
Try looking for a naughty book. Okay, I don't think that's what we're here for, but knock yourself out. Why?
Yep.
Now, I was only kidding. Kidding? Are you that kind of person? Well, obviously she is. If she did it. Geez, well, at least I don't feel nervous anymore. Wait, could that be the reason she said that? If so, she's very empathetic.
See?
But it looks like we don't need to search for it. Check out that thing on top of the bed. On top of the bed. I want to check out this first.
No.
Yes. Excellent. Need to spend some of those mono coins, but I haven't been allowed to go back into the store in a while. The envelope. Is there anything else to look at first in case that kicks us out afterwards? A window? Okay. Nothing that catches his eye. Looks like she's got some photos over here. These photos, Mahiru must have taken them. She probably developed them at the supermarket. Probably. Even in this situation, there's a lot of photos of smiling people. Is that because of her personality? I guess. Or it just so happens that those were the scenes she was able to catch. See the shower room. There's not going to be anything. Well, let's not assume. There may be something in the shower room. It feels awkward to go in there. Looks like there's no clues either. Alright, good to know. And the bed itself, and then the folder. It's a normal bed. Nothing much here.
See?
What you're looking for is on top of the bed. Look closely. I mean, it's fairly obvious. I just want to be thorough, Chiaki. Alright. Folder. Or envelope, I guess, is a more accurate description, the game says. On top of the bed, there's an envelope.
Hey.
Could it be? This might be it. The ending prize Monokuma gave to the first person who beat that game. What's inside the envelope? Let's find out. I turned over the envelope, and what came falling out was a few photos. This photo. Okay, it's them at Hope's Peak, apparently. This is a photo of Mikan, Ibuki, and Hyoko in what appears to be some sort of entrance hall. It's just like that game.
Yep.
There was a similar scenario during the first day in Twilight's True Edition. Girl B was in a bad mood because Girl A was late, and Girl D tried to cheer her up by taking her picture. Yep, and there is Bad Mood Hyoko. I really don't think that Hyoko needs an excuse to be in a bad mood, though. Is this the photo that she took? Maybe. Mikan's also always on the verge of tears, so that's not unusual either. Look at this photo, too. How many photos are there? Oh, that's the vase, isn't it? Is that the same photo Girl D showed Girl E on the third day? It looks like it, except the version in the game was a lot more blurry. As I recall, a broken vase was in the classroom next to the music room. Okay.
But still.
This photo is more shocking. Is it the dead body? Did one of the photos survive, or did she end up taking a photo of the girl that Fuyuhiko killed? As Chiaki showed the photo to me, I was stunned into silence. Okay, so that's someone we don't know, but she's dead in the music room, so I guess that's Fuyuhiko's sister. So one of her photographs of her did make it. This is an actual photo of a dead body. Since there's a piano behind the body, it looks like it's in the music room. If that's the case, could this be the photo of the first victim? You mean it's the victim of the murder that occurred on the first day?
Oh.
Yeah, the one they blamed on a pervert. And one more. This is the last photo. Oh, okay. That's an artistic rendition of the photo that was a live-action photo in the game. So this is Girl E. This is probably the photo of Girl E after she got killed on the fourth day. Yup. It's interesting that the game depicts game art as live-action art. I find that to be a cool effect there, now that I've thought about it more, because we would think of game art as being, you know, animated, sort of cartoonish, non-realistic, whereas these people in their real life are that, so the realistic to them is expressing a game state or whatnot. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit too deep into philosophy there. I mean, it nearly matches her body in the game.
See?
Yeah, there's no mistake. This is a photo of Girl E. Okay. I'm wondering how we're going to use all this evidence from the game to prove what's going on here. With that, we finished looking at all the photos. So, based on all these photos...
Yep.
Yeah, seems pretty clear. This is the ending prize. Also proves that there are memories that have been lost, because no one here on the island remembers these things. This is the ending prize for beating Twilight, and what's depicted in these photos. I still want to know whether Mahiru was the first to beat it or Fuyuhiko was, or whether it's some third party we've yet to discover, and this envelope has just really made the rounds. Proves that Twilight Syndrome murder case is based on an actual murder. Does that mean that stuff about our memories being stolen?
Huh?
What's this? Is there something else?
See?
There's a note inside the envelope. Try playing Twilight Syndrome. After you get a game over, press down 5 times for the real game. Once you do, you should remember what you all did to my sister. We'll talk then. Okay, so Fuyuhiko was the first to beat it. And he gave this stuff to Mahiru. And this is what actually convinced her to play the game, not Nagito, even though he did encourage her. Alright, so that makes Fuyuhiko look even more suspicious. Again, though, it's really shoving that narrative down our throat, which makes me all the more suspicious of the narrative itself. Now, I've already read it off the actual note. Thanks, though, game. This note.
Wait. Time out.
Maybe the first person to beat the game and receive the ending prize. Was it Mahiru? No, it was Fuyuhiko. Someone else sent this to Mahiru. And that person is the one who actually received the ending prize. And it has to be Fuyuhiko because there are 2 people with their surnames in the game, one of which was killed, which leaves him, so his sister. Mahiru wasn't just lured there by Nagito, she also received this envelope.
Yep.
And that's why she played the game, right? Then the person who played this game first? This envelope looks very familiar. And the word sister written in this note, yeah, we've already figured this out, game. Based on these clues, I can't think of anyone other than him. Alrighty.
Hey.
Yep, I'm glad we came here to investigate. Because we did that, we discovered a very important clue. Several very important clues, actually. Yeah, I agree. But there's still one thing left. We have to find out who actually killed Mahiru, but there's not much time left. I need to hurry. Oh, really? There's one thing left that we have to do? Well, surely they will give us they will give us an exclamation point on the map showing where we need to go. Oh, we need to go talk to Fuyuhiko, don't we? Well, let's check the other areas and make sure there's no more. See, Ibuki's still there. But Mikan and Hyoko have gone. Which is interesting. Gundam's there. And Nekomaru's there. We haven't talked to Nekomaru yet. Let's go talk to all these other people and then we'll talk to Fuyuhiko. Damn it, Nagito. Every time I'm trying to do something on my own, you've got to show up and put a crimp in my plans. Hajime and Chiaki, what a coincidence. If something happens twice, 3rd time's the charm, so they say. I think you're mixing metaphors there. What coincidence? Are you a stalker or something?
Now.
Don't say that. I was just filling you in on the results of my investigation. Results? Did you find something? Just be aware, I will verify for myself. I am not going to take your fucking word for it.
Bow to me.
I'll let you know if you drop to your knees and lick my shoes. Fuck you. Just kidding, I was joking. It didn't sound like a joke to me.
Actually...
Well, it's about the footprints. The killer left their footprints in front of the beach house, right? Ostensibly. They could belong to someone else, but someone left footprints there and we need to identify who they were. Did you find out whose footprints those are? If you want to know, I highly recommend you come to the beach house with me. With you? I mean, I was going to go there eventually anyway, but... Of course you'll come with me, right? I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. But if I can get a clue... What are you going to do, Chiaki? I'm going to try to talk to Fuyuhiko and see if he can tell me anything. Don't go by yourself, please.
So...
I'll leave this to you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea. No, it's not. If someone like me tried to talk to him, it'd be impossible, but it might be different with a girl. No matter who goes to talk to them, be it boy or girl, they need to not go by themselves. Just be careful he doesn't get rough with you.
Yep.
I guess this is where we part. I'll see you later, Hajime. Later, Chiaki. Take care of yourself.
What?
Huh? Did you actually want her to stay? Yes. I would rather pretty much anybody else on this island's company than yours. Maybe not Hiyoko. Actually, what do you mean?
Bye now.
Let's go. I'll go on ahead to the beach house and wait there. Alright, since it's hurting me in that direction, I am going to go try to talk to Fuyuhiko now as well. He's not going to answer, is he? Alright, point taken, game. Point taken. Anyone out here? No, we should probably duck in and talk to everyone else who was on the map that's not at the beach house as well before we go there, if it will allow us to. And since it finally let us back into the Rocket Punch market, I should go ahead and buy the rest of these items that I need for the hidden scenes in Chapter 1. And hopefully it will let us carry them in there, otherwise... oh no. Otherwise, going back and replaying the chapter is not going to really do us any good. Alright. Oh, we actually got one of those at random, so we have two. Oh well, either way. That is fine. Hello, Ibuki. Anything new to add? Why are you here all by yourself now?
Poke, poke, poke!
After thinking about it carefully one more time,
This is going nowhere.
I definitely can't remember any lovey-dovey encounters between Ibuki and Mahiru. I didn't ask if it was lovey-dovey.
Aww.
Apparently Mikan was invited too, but Ibuki has no ideas about that either.
Poke, poke, poke!
Like, if it was going to be a sticky, gooey encounter between Ibuki, Mikan, and Mahiru? I just have no idea. Gooey? Anyway, it just means she doesn't know the reason why Mahiru invited both her and Mikan. Okay, well, I mean, at least it was new dialogue, right? And for some reason, Nekomaru is in the library, which, you know, I don't mean to judge a book by its cover, but seems like a place Nekomaru would not be. So this is going to be interesting. Hey, big guy, what's the word?
It's you, Hajime. How is your investigation going?
Well, so-so. Not that it matters, but Nekomaru and libraries don't really mix. This was my thoughts too, Hajime.
Damn it!
Another killing. What did Mahiru do to deserve this?
Well, according to the video game, she covered up a murder.
All I can do for Mahiru is find out who the killer is and teach them a lesson.
Which lesson, astrophysics or home ec?
Huh?
That reminds me, Sonia was here just a while ago. She seemed excited about finding some new information and headed toward the beach house.
I had actually forgotten about that. She dashed off. So she's found something about the serial killer, apparently, because she did mention a serial killer that wore masks. I just can't remember what their name was. So maybe we'll actually get to speak to her about that. I remember she said she had an idea about the mask we found near Mahiru's body. It might be better if I confirm that with Sonia one more time. Yeah. Guess that's it, isn't it? Guess we press on to the beach house then. Oh, hey Gundam. I guess you were on the map, weren't you? I just forgot. Glad you were on the way down, or I wouldn't have spoken to you.
So you have appeared.
I was right.
About?
What happened, sinner?
I already assumed you would come here.
Fine.
There is nothing you can hide from me, the Supreme Overlord who wields the four dark devas of destruction. Thus I know everything. For instance, I happen to know you fiends
I can see it!
were preoccupied with your infantile beach play.
You do know there's a murder, right, Gundam?
nature, the collective will of the world.
It matters not, for what I love is silence and solitude. That's right. That's it. That's precisely it.
I see, so he wanted to be invited too. I guess that's the takeaway from this exchange. Alright, Gundam, next time we have a get-together, I will make sure and let you know about it. Can't go in the back door, her body's leaning against it. I really don't want to talk to you, Nagito, but sure.
Now then.
Let's try going inside. Is this your first visit to the crime scene?
My.
Well, Sonia is back. What have you found out?
Whoa!
Yeah, it's Nagito. I didn't let him go, I promise you.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Kazuichi. Thanks for going easy on me earlier. Thanks to you, I was able to walk away with just mild bruising. You clearly think like an ultimate.
What the heck?
Ah, this bastard.
You two have arrived at a good time.
Big news.
I have discovered something very terrible. A terrible discovery? Not only that. I believe it's nothing like Sonia's, but there's something I noticed too. Did you do your quote-unquote autopsy this time? You too, Mikan? Yep, this is great. It looks like the investigation is reaching its boiling point. I hate you so much, Nagito. Let's get you out of the way first, I suppose. Hey, tell me what you know already. Didn't you find out whose footprints those were? Actually, how were you able to find that out? Did you go and steal a pair of everyone's shoes? After listening to everyone's story at the airport, I went to a certain place. Well, it's probably better to say I snuck in. To everyone's cottages and stole their shoes. Everyone's cottages?
Yep.
I told Monokuma I needed access for the investigation, so he simply let me in. Why didn't we think of that, Hajime? Of course, I guess there's nothing we could do that would be legitimate. That bastard. He did something shady again.
Now then.
But why did I do something like that? Well, I'll explain my reasoning to you. I understand your reasoning. Nagito squatted down near the entrance to the beach. Nagito squatted down near the entrance to the beach house and began to spread some papers he was holding.
See?
Come on, Hajime, have a look. After all, I went to the trouble of gathering all this. Oh, so you didn't actually steal the shoes. You took paper and drew patterns of them. I guess that's marginally better. You still broke into everyone's private rooms. Those footprints. I see, so the reason you snuck inside everyone's cottages was...
Yep.
That's right, I wanted to get a sample of everybody's footprints. But unfortunately, Fuyahiko wouldn't leave his cottage, so I couldn't complete it. But you found out who the... We really don't need... If he's the only one, we don't need his. You know, if it doesn't match any of these, then by process of elimination, it's him. Well, I guess it's no big deal. It seems obvious that the footprints belong to this person. Whose footprints are they?
Yep.
Hyoko Sayonji. Okay. I mean, that really doesn't prove anything that we didn't know before, because we saw her running away from the beach house right before we discovered the body. Hyoko's? Hyoko's.
Well...
To be honest, the reason I summoned her to the airport was so I could lure her out of her cottage. She shut herself inside her cottage, remember? If she stayed in there, I couldn't sneak in.
Perhaps...
So I figured if I lured her out, she wouldn't be in a hurry to go back to her cottage. You're treating her like a small animal. I really don't care how Nagito and Hyoko treat each other. But it was totally worth it. The footprint I collected there was smaller than anyone else's and matched the footprints at the beach house. Yep, there's no mistake. These are Hyoko's footprints. Footprints on the beach. Also, it's not like I was snooping around or anything, but I found something really interesting at her cottage. Something interesting, do tell.
See?
I found a lot of these candies inside her room. I mean, we already knew that she was obsessed with candy. I'm pretty sure that she had mentioned gummies before too, so... That's... They're gummy candies that come in 4 different flavors. Strawberry, melon, grape, and orange. Are any of those yellow? Because the one we found in the closet was yellow. It looks like she got it from the supermarket. Apparently she really likes this brand of gummies. There should have been other gummy brands, but she only brought home a bunch of these. People are like that sometimes. There are people who'll only eat the same brand even if it's just potato chips. So, we need to find out whether the gummy in the closet is her brand, is what you're getting at. What's wrong with that? Well, it's not clear if this relates to the incident, but I thought I should tell you just in case. Just in case. Coming from this guy, that means it probably greatly relates to the incident. Yes, Nagito is a master of obfuscation. Alright, well, Kazuichi probably doesn't have anything to add. We'll talk to Sonia and Mikan last.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia, she looks strangely excited. Uh-huh.
Oh!
Awesome. That's like powerful Gap Moe. Man, I don't really get it, but nice one, princess. That Miss Sonia is something else. This guy's just so laid back. I should leave him alone. Laid back is not the description I would give to Kazuichi. Peko?
It appears,
We're nearly out of investigation time.
now that you mention it,
Mikan just finished performing the autopsy. She might have found an important clue, don't you think? Also, it seems Sonia has some information too.
I apologize.
I am not being that helpful. Well, at least you're not being a hindrance. I want to go back in here. I want to see if it will tell us what brand of gummy that is. Now that we know that brand is important. Yes?
That's weird.
This closet, is it really okay to think that it's just being carelessly managed? I don't know why, but I sort of feel like it's a little suspicious. Now that you mention it, I sort of feel the same too. Are we getting extra information because Nagito's with us? I don't know how I feel about that. So should we also go back into the shower room? Yeah, it's a gummy candy. Alright, no brand is mentioned. We don't actually know what Hyoko's favorite brand was either because it just said gummies on the bag. Let's look at the other two things.
This is...
Okay, so Nagito has comments about this. The surfboard that's on the second shelf. It's just an empty surfboard case. Looks like it was put away carelessly. It's behind the case. Can we really assume this is just careless management? Maybe not, since you're bringing it to our attention. What do you mean?
Wow.
Well, I don't know why, but I sort of feel like it's a little suspicious. Suspicious, huh? Now that you mention it, I sort of feel the same too. What about the scuba gear here? So no? Alright, let's go back into the shower room then. Since apparently Nagito is going to be a fresh font of information. As much as I would wish that he wasn't, he definitely has proven to be useful so far. Okay, so he didn't follow us in here. Do you have anything new to say, Akane?
Hey!
Okay, this is new. Hey, is it really true there's a serial killer on this island? I mean, Sonia seemed to think that the mask had something to do with the serial killer.
I'm starting to get pumped up!
Are they strong? I bet they're strong, huh? I'm getting excited. They should come after me next time. A serial killer. What did she mean by that? Apparently she's been talking to Sonia.
Huh?
That's what Sonia said earlier. Why don't you hear about it yet? Well, that's what Sonia said earlier. Why didn't you hear about it yet? Well, I haven't spoken to her yet. Sonia said that? Yeah. Alright, Sonia, we've waited long enough.
Big news!
Okay. Huge news. What's the big news?
See?
Remember that Sun Witch Esper Ito mask that was next to Mahiru's body? Yes, I do. It's still there. Oh, the mask the killer used to hide her face?
Listen!
No, that is not correct. That mask was not used to hide their face. Then what was it for? Did they put it on Mahiru and then it fell off as she crawled over there? Or was dragged over there?
Well?
Sparkling Justice. Okay, so that was the name of the serial killer you mentioned, wasn't it? Huh? Sparkling Justice is a serial killer and self-professed ally of justice whose name makes mankind shudder. They wear a hero mask at all times. Supposedly they are a serial killer who only murders other criminals. Well, they're a vigilante then, and they murder people who they think are criminals without proof, is what you're saying. So they are just as evil as those whom they claim deserve death.
That is an order!
Do not look so disappointed, Hajime. You need to be surprised.
Hey,
This Sparkling Justice character. That's the serial killer you were talking about before, right? It's true that the mask we found is a hero mask, but
wow!
it is a heroine mask to be precise. Sun Witch Esper Ito is a pretty witch girl. See? A heroine.
Anyway,
So, you're saying it's possible that this serial killer is the one who killed Mahiru? Which means there's a serial killer hiding among us? I'm pretty sure I've seen a twist like this in some video game. Uh-huh. Me too. This is stupid. Serial killer my ass. The killer just used it to cover their face.
That's weird.
But even so, they sure chose something that stands out. That might be true, but
however,
although it's easy to write this off as foolish, it might be best if we exercise some caution. Sonia, can you tell me everything you know about this so-called Sparkling Justice?
as the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil.
So is this a real serial killer or are you reading superhero comics? The hell?
Justice complete!
She's surely getting worked up about it.
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky.
So their motto or whatever is known? How is that possible and that yet they are still at large?
That would be me. Sparkling justice!
Okay. What the heck was that?
Well,
That is Sparkling Justice's catchphrase. How is it known? If they just say it and don't leave it in writing, then no one should know it.
what?
An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase. Yeah, that's my point exactly, Peko.
Do you have a minute?
I read it in a magazine in the library. There has only ever been one person, a journalist, who has interviewed Sparkling Justice. So I guess that explains it. The article was written in their native language, so I tried translating it.
However,
In the end, that journalist was punished by Sparkling Justice too. Then how do you know the catchphrase was accurate? Perhaps they were punished because they misreported what the catchphrase was. Or that there was a catchphrase at all. No good can come from getting involved with a serial killer. Yes, I agree. We learned that firsthand with Toko. This serial killer might not want to hear that from you. This is all I know about sparkling justice. Thanks to the masks, nobody knows their true age or gender, making them a very mysterious individual. Hey, isn't that kind of a stretch to say that there's a serial killer hiding in our group?
Listen!
No, it does not mean they are in our group. I think it does. I'm pretty sure there's no one else on the island. It is possible the serial killer was lurking on this island all along before they decided to murder Mahiru. Well, we just have to call Usami and Monokuma and ask if we're the only ones on the island.
Wow.
That's probably not possible. But that is the only thing I can think of. Well, let's not put forth assertions that we can't prove are true. That does nothing but actually hinder finding the truth, okay? I mean, no matter how much I think about it, I simply cannot believe it. That one of us is capable of committing such a horrible murder. Well, it's already been proven that people are more than capable of doing that, so the longer we go on denying it, the greater our risk of not coming through this alive. No matter how much I think about it, I simply cannot believe it. Sonia? I do understand Sonia's feelings, but it's highly unlikely that there's a serial killer hiding on this island. Yeah. What's the word, Mikan? You had something to say too, right? Well, compared to the others, what I have to say isn't that important. Let us be the judge of that, please. So please don't get your hopes up and be disappointed. I get it, so just get on with it. I tried my best to perform the autopsy and I was able to find out. Mahiru was definitely killed by a blow to the head. Well, that's good. We at least know that that really is the cause of death. She was probably struck from behind by one blow. Based on the scar, the weapon is clearly the metal bat. You mean based on the wound? I think that's probably a mistranslation. Scar is a healed wound, so... But every dark cloud has a silver lining, as they say. It looks like Mahiru didn't suffer. So she didn't crawl to the door. That's what you're saying? She died instantly? Because if she was able to crawl to the door, she definitely suffered. So that means she was drugged to the door, probably specifically to keep us from being able to enter through that door, making us go all the way around to the other one. What does that mean?
Well...
There's no doubt that she died instantly. So she did not crawl, she was moved. Her death was instant. That sounds a little strange. I think I'd better remember that. Truth bullet? Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mikan. You have been a great help. Maybe keep that in mind and think better of yourself, okay? And there's another thing I found. I'm sorry, I started talking on my own. Were you busy right now? No, I'm here to talk to you. Just tell me.
Well...
During the autopsy, I discovered this in Mahiru's pocket. Okay. From Hyoko? I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I may be incorrect, but that looks like the same handwriting that was on the other note that she got. Okay, so we can't look at the actual note again at this time. And so I may be wrong, and it is kind of blurry, but that looks like the same handwriting as the note that Fuyuhiko put in the ending prize. And if so, then this isn't actually from Hyoko. Okay. I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret until then. Let's not try to see each other for a while. Yeah, that is suspicious. That does also lean towards it not being actually Hiyoko that sent it, but somebody trying to set her up. Saying don't talk to Hiyoko because then you might find out this note isn't real. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Saionji. This letter. If this letter is real, it would mean Hiyoko met up with Mahiru, right? So now they are introducing Hiyoko as a suspect. Except now I think that this one actually points back at Hiyoko, who I'm also reluctant to agree is the culprit. In fact, they're pushing these two so hard that I think it's probably someone else entirely, but this is where the evidence leads, and so we have to follow that. Plus, Mahiru's estimated time of death was around 3 p.m., and they met 30 minutes prior. If we think about what that implies, then... I'm starting to get confused. If it's true, what does it mean? What happened between Mahiru and Hiyoko? I don't know, but Hiyoko did know that this was where they were going to meet because she came from here. Oh, I'm confused. This case is pretty convoluted. I suppose we're probably going to have to uncover who actually did this during the trial itself again. Which I like. I really like that everything's not cut and dry. They do a whole lot better at making this twisty and turny and things to be actual revelations in this game than the first one.
The time for unparalleled hedonism has come to an end! Come! Now is the time to fight the decisive battle! The hostility of fresh blood, the insanity of a contest of wits! The class trial is finally raising its curtain! So meet up in front of Monokuma Rock! Once you're there, please proceed to the underground by taking the elevator located at the secret entrance. I'll see you soon!
Alright.
Now then.
I actually do feel like we're a bit better prepared this time, but again, I have no clear idea of who has committed this crime. Anyway. It looks like it's time. I guess the investigation is over. So it's finally starting. The class trial where our hopes and the killer's hope will finally clash. But it's alright. Either way, hope will win out in the end. So, the killer's hope and our hope are equal in your eyes? There's no equivalence there, Nagito.
All right.
Now then, let's go prove it. What's he so excited about? He's loco. There's no reason to respond to a guy like that. Anyway, we should start heading over. At the trial field where Monokuma is waiting, I have to make my case there.
There is no escape.
We have no choice but to press forward. Now then, let us go. So I just realized we aren't going to get to talk to Fuyuhiko before the thing too. Hopefully Chiaki got some information out of him. As we talked among ourselves, we left the beach house and Mahiru's body. Well, I may have just missed him, but I still did not see Fuyuhiko amongst everybody. No, let me go, help me! Why, he's gonna do something crazy to me, I'll be ruined!
Why, you?
Hey, shut up and stay put, you stubborn little Lolita!
Stop it!
Stop harassing little girls! This is what's going on?
Sheesh!
Hyoko was trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. But Hyoko's still trying to run away, so Monokuma's trying to wrap her in a full Nelson.
Damn it!
Hey, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna make you a part of the island's food chain!
I mean, they are about the same size. Might be a good fight, if he doesn't use artillery.
Unbelievable.
Jeez, making me waste my sweet-ass time.
But there's another problem to deal with besides this one. Where the heck is Fuyahiko? I was counting on you to drag him here, Monokuma, but apparently you had your paws full with Hiyoko. That guy! He totally ditched! He totally ditched my appointment!
How strange.
He pisses me off! Don't pop a gas. Oh my god! His anger changed his form! I'm right here. Good to see you, Fuyahiko. Oh, Fuyahiko, you came. I was worried about you. There's nowhere for me to run anyway. So no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still,
Bastard!
I'm a Yakuza. Accepting defeat is not an option. Fuyahiko, what does that mean? Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good.
Anyway,
Looks like everyone's here, so let us depart now. Unfortunately, friends, that departure will need to wait until the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, let me know in the comments and by leaving a like below. And of course, subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future. I have been Tevaron, and until next time, be excellent to each other.